Hello and welcome to the Gale Blade News. In today's news update, we'll be looking at France's former PM facing a probe into his COVID-19 response. A court has launched an inquiry into the French government's handling of the coronavirus response. The investigation focuses on three senior figures, including outgoing Prime Minister Edouard Philippe, following complaints from unions and doctors. Earlier on Friday, Mr. Philippe resigned amid a cabinet reshuffle. The government has faced criticism over shortages of medical equipment during the pandemic. Hours after Mr. Philippe's resignation, it was announced that the Law Court of the Republic, which deals with claims of ministerial misconduct, would open an inquiry into the way his government handled the pandemic. Along with the outgoing Prime Minister, those under investigation include Agnès Buzyn, who stepped down as Health Minister in February, and her successor Olivier Véran. Senior Public Prosecutor Francois Molin said. France has reported 202,673 confirmed cases of COVID-19 and 29,875 deaths. Mr. Macron came to power 3 years ago, but now faces an economic crisis after the coronavirus pandemic. A reshuffle has been expected for some time, however, and it is common practice for a French president to replace a prime minister during the 5-year term in office known as the quinquennal. Mr. Philippe's future as prime minister had been in doubt for several weeks, and he will now take up the post of mayor in Le Havre after winning the local vote on Sunday. For 3 years he's been by my side. We've carried our important historic reform, often in very difficult circumstances. We have a relationship of trust that's in a way unique in terms of the French Republic, the president said of Mr. Philippe in a newspaper interview. So, who is the new Prime Minister? Jean Castex, 55, is little known in France, but he is a senior civil servant and has played a key role in the government's response to the COVID-19 pandemic. He received the nickname Mr. Deconfinement after Mr. Philippe chose the Republicans Party mayor from Prades in the Pyrenees to coordinate France's strategy of lifting the lockdown. He attended the same elite university as Mr. Macron and Mr. Philippe, and like Mr. Philippe was previously a member of the right-wing Republicans Party. On Friday evening, Mr. Castex warned in a speech that the health crisis is unfortunately not over, and that the economic and social crisis is already here. So what do you think of the response of France to the coronavirus? Yes, it's one of the worst cases within Europe. The worst is actually my own country, the UK, but it's somewhere within like the top 5 in Europe and somewhere within the top 10 in the world. Do you think it's right that the ministers, even if they've been resigned, are challenged about their decisions? Whatever you think, leave your comments down below. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe.